Good morning, adventurers. Say hello to our brand new custom-built window.
The question is, does it even fit?
Let's find out. We found a company called Motion Windows, and you basically just give them the rough opening measurements of your window, and then they put together a super sturdy window for you. We decided to go with the aluminum vibe so it fits all our other windows. We went with the double pane glass. Since this is the front facing window, we want to make sure it's super sturdy and very well insulated. Now the question is, does it actually fit?
Oh man.
And can I do this without dropping it? We don't have like proper scaffolding to set up or anything. That would make this a lot easier.
You got it?
Let's see. Is it the aluminum that's in the way or the wood?
The aluminum.
Well, it fits like a glove on this side, but I think we're off by like an 1/8 inch on this side. Dang, we were so close.
So, bad news bears. This wood that we need to take out has pocket holes in them. We need a square bit. We do not have one. We left it down at my parents' house. So, to the hardware store, and then back here to finish the window.
And just like that, we're back in business. It looks like this edge needs to basically come up about 1/4 of an inch. So I've kind of knocked it up into where it looks like it wants to be. We realized that really what we need to do is just take these corner pieces and put these in. And if these fit and we can get all the trim pieces in, then technically it should be about the right size. We also forgot to mention that these windows are a little bit trickier than our other windows because you can see the screw holes are actually on the inside of the RV, whereas all the other vintage windows have screw holes on the outside. This is very good because you don't have screw holes that water can leak into on the outside. But the downside is that you have to line everything up perfectly on the inside to get this to cinch together when you actually screw it in. But that fits like a glove. We have the wood frame all set up. Now we just have to snip back some of the aluminum. It was just a little too long for the window to fit in properly. Let's see if this thing fits.
Oh yeah.
Like a glove?
Great.
Oh, like a glove. Like a glove. We are just about ready to put this window in. We ended up completely sealing up this whole thing with the corner seal tape. Then we put a bit of butyl on the outside of the window. And then this time I actually ended up putting a bead of sealant inside of the butyl. I saw someone else do that online and was thinking maybe I'll give that a try. Give it an extra little layer of protection on the inside there.
It can only help is what we're thinking, right?
But this has been challenging, you guys, just because everything is just kind of slightly off by 1/8 here and 1/8 there, and it kind of has to be perfect, but we've been working with it for actually like 2 hours now. And we pretty much have it ready to go. It should plop right in here, and Bob will be your uncle.
Well, like everything, never have to think about it ever again because it's going to be so perfect.
So before we continue on to the next project, we wanted to have a little chat with you guys, give you all a little life update, and really just give you guys an idea of what to expect from us to give you guys an idea of what to expect from us for the rest of the year. So as you guys know, we had all kinds of crazy travels planned, and then of course COVID happened.
And it just won't stop.
So during that, we've had the RV project that we've been working on. It has turned into a boatload of a project, but we really haven't minded it because we were honestly at the point where we kind of needed a break from all the travel, because a lot of the travel we did earlier in this year was high energy, very stressful, very fun, some of the craziest adventures we've went on, but we just needed some downtime.
Yeah, that was our original plan anyway when we came back to the States, was to rest and relax, but we didn't quite realize how that was going to look. We didn't realize we'd be quarantined and stuck alone and all this stuff. So the RV has been a nice distraction. It's been great seeing family, but we are definitely feeling a bit of the travel itch. We were hoping this gal would be way closer to finished so that we could be on the road with her by the fall. It doesn't look like that's gonna happen. We're trying, but it's just, everything's taking longer. So we might pause this for a little bit and do some road trips. That's what we love doing. We love being on the road. Yeah. We love eating food, going to markets, all kinds of stuff, and we haven't really done much of that.
We really want to do some international travel if we can, but it's a little tricky for Americans right now because we're not allowed in a lot of places without doing a 2-week quarantine. I think a lot of places will allow us to take a test, and if it's a negative test, we can get in with that without doing the quarantine. So we'll see what we can do, but there are options.
We definitely want to be smart and safe about it, but otherwise we're just going to be in this for months and months and months without getting to see any of the world. It's going to be all wintry, and we're going to want to be indoors, and we want to get some nature and some views in before that.
Yeah, we need to pack in some more adventures this year. And I know a lot of you guys really like watching the RV renovation and keeping up with the progress, but I also know that a lot of you guys are itching for us to get back out there and travel and film more of our adventures like we used to do. So really, I think from here on out, what we're going to shoot for is just a balance of both of those, because we love working on this. We still want to be able to travel. We still love traveling. So we're just going to kind of mix it up and see what happens, I guess.
Yeah. So when we get overwhelmed from being on the road and it's too much work, we'll come back to the RV, and then when we get overwhelmed with her and it's too much work, we'll go back on the road.
So after this video, we're going to have some local adventures that we've been planning, which are going to be awesome. And then, who knows? Who knows what we'll be doing after that? Stay tuned.
To the moon!
We do have a really awesome project that we're going to be working on right now on the inside of the RV, one that we've been dying to work on.
That's right. We are finally going to attempt to build our fridge pull-out cabinet. We're really excited about this. It'll be our first like real proper project on the inside.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We're kind of scared.
A
But
little
what could
nervous.
possibly go
No,
wrong?
we've gotten so good at building things now. It's gonna be lovely.
Let's go. Oh, jeez.
Look again. You got butted.
I got hit in the face by her butt.
Head-butted, butt-headed. Man, you guys had a bunch of glue. Is it bad? It's
Looks
never
great,
gonna
kid.
Come off.
So our plan is to build a very basic cabinet structure to put on top of this wheel well. To do that, we've got a bunch of measurements. We've actually been racking our brains for an hour trying to make sure we have all these measurements right, because not everything in the RV is square. The first thing we have to do is just build these side pieces, and then we're gonna connect all this with 1x2s. And the reason we're doing that is because that's what they used originally in the RV, and I think that's because they were all just super light. The wood is incredibly lightweight, and we've already got a bunch of other things that are going to be weighing the RV down, like the batteries and the solar panels on the roof and the bigger water tank and all that good stuff. We're going to start with just building these two side pieces. Yeah. And voila, we're done with the first of many different pieces to put this whole thing together. This is my first time ever making any sort of frame or a box, you guys, so this was a learning experience. Truth be told, I got a little frustrated along the way.
Yeah.
So we used, you guys know we love pocket holes, and we use pocket holes for this stuff now. There's an art to doing pocket holes on this type of thin 3/4 inch pieces of wood. It's just really easy to split it out. So I kept splitting the wood, was getting really mad, ruined a few pieces, and then I was just researching it a bit, and really you just have to drive the pocket holes a lot slower, and you have to clamp it right where the joint is. And once I started doing that, it was quite a bit more successful. There are a handful of flaws in these though, you guys, but I think they're gonna do the trick. They actually feel really sturdy. I'm not sure if pine is the way to go. I love how light it is, but boy, does this stuff split so easily. I'm gonna call this a success.
Yeah, something. We built something.
Yeah. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm just gonna break it after I just, This is over. We have got this fridge cabinet all framed out, you guys. But we realized we never actually told you guys about our fridge. Check this thing
Look
out.
how
Is this insane
beautiful.
or what? This is from a company called ARB. They make all these DC powered fridges. That means that this behemoth of a fridge can literally plug into a cigarette outlet lighter, or cigarette lighter outlet. So we're going to put one of those in behind this, and that's what's gonna power this. It's actually a really low power draw.
But we selected this one because it's big enough. It's 73 quarts, but it has a refrigerated portion and a freezer. Y'all know we love us some iced beverages. So now we have a freezer. We can have ice. We can have our coffee ice cubes.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be luxury, baby. The reason why we went with a chest style fridge like this is because one of the good things about this is that when you open it up, cold air stays right here instead of, if it was a fridge you'd open like this, it would fall right out. So that's one of the advantages to this, but it's all in how you execute it. You can see that it's elevated. We're gonna have this drawer that pulls out, so it's gonna be really easy to access. This is gonna be an awesome part of the RV. All right, now the moment of truth. We built this so that it still would barely fit in here.
Okay.
All right, check this out.
This.
Boom, boom, boom!
Yay!
Voila!
It
So obviously
fits.
we have to get this all properly squared up and screw it in, and then after that we're going to build a tray and have some drawer slides that attach down here, and this thing is going to be sliding out just like so, baby. Yeah! And I'm really proud of us. This looks like it's gonna work.
I know.
This has just been in our heads for so long.
And I don't think we messed up the measurements, although, knock on wood, because we haven't gotten all of the pieces we need. But the slide should be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then we can really test it out. We got to get a countertop still.
And just in case you guys are wondering about the structural integrity of this thing, it is very strong. And in addition to what you see here, we're going to have a front facade on here that's going to hold it all together. We're going to have a countertop. We're going to have paneling on the side. So this is going to be super sturdy. It's all going to be fastened to the wall. It's not going anywhere. All right, that's that.
Our previous refrigerator required a big vent hole, which used to be right here, if you guys can remember. Luckily, our new fridge requires very minimal ventilation, and we can do it just through the cabinet we're building on the inside. But that left us with this huge hole. It had been leaking, so we needed a plan. We couldn't really just cover it with aluminum or something like that. So we decided to patch the hole from the inside. We've got our nice window wrap on here and some corner seal to make it very waterproof. And then we found this off-white aluminum. We cut it and we glued it inside the old frame. So the idea is this will sit in here, and then we can still put our door back in here. So it'll,
no one will know that it actually goes to nothing.
Nothing. There's a lot of old holes and vents in this RV. And this is the first one we're really tackling that, you know, we had to close up. We're gonna have to do some figuring for the other ones.
Yeah.
We just realized we didn't give you some important updates yet. This is our new Fender Skirt. We sprayed it, we got it installed. We even found these cool screws. I think they're technically pole barn screws, but they are the self-sealing kind. So this little gal is stuck on here. It's not the broken mess that we had on here previously.
Yeah, it's basically brand new.
Yeah.
There's a little chip right here that we did when we were putting it in, but don't mind that. We'll fix it.
Yeah, we still gotta fix it, but it's getting there. Also, in our last video, we took off all the skirting all around the bottom of the RV. There was all this nasty rotten wood, but we rebuilt it. We put the skirting back on. We put the seams back on the
Sealed
bottom.
it all up.
Sealed it.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
But we're basically at the point where we're comfortable working on the stuff on the inside. That's why we started actually constructing the refrigerator cabinet in there.
There's no rain in the forecast for the next 2 weeks, I think. So
Yeah.
we're just taking our time, just doing projects that we feel like are going to be fun for the day.
Yeah, and we do feel like from this point we're going to be able to make a lot more progress, especially working on the inside. So we're going to be keeping you guys updated on all that stuff. But like we said earlier, we're also going to be doing some traveling and things like that, and we're just going to mix it up.
Yeah, y'all. It is getting fall time. This morning, I had to wear a sweater.
Yeah,
Couldn't believe it.
It has been nice working in this cool weather, though. Oh my gosh, it's such a huge difference.
We have a very cool adventure coming up in our next video. Something we have never done before.
What could it be?
I don't know. There's literally millions of things we've never done before, so that doesn't help at all. All right, goodbye, adventurers.
We'll see you on the road.